I don't know why I cannot see you guys' chat right now, but I want to cover this. So Ben just put out this thread. He's starting to drop a little bit of the truth that's happening in crypto politics right now. Here we go. A little thread by Ben, BitBoy Crypto here. A crypto regulation legislation thread. I spoke with someone today deep in politics with contacts everywhere. Here is a thread with what I think are the biggest takeaways from my conversation. The Senator Loomis bill is a high priority right now, as we now have an additional bill by the Senate to declare Bitcoin and Ethereum a commodity. It's important to note that the Responsible Financial Innovation Act is way more important in the battle between the CFTC and the SEC government. Why, you ask? Stablecoin regulation. This is the most important aspect of this bill. Obviously, the UST fiasco has led to much concern over stablecoins. Nothing is really going to get done in the crypto regulation until stablecoin regulation is solved. Number one priority for government right now. That makes sense because stablecoins are the biggest threat to the US dollar. That totally makes sense. This is where things get very interesting. The next step, and no one is talking about this, is the creation of a US crypto governing body like SEC or CFTC, but just for crypto. That would be interesting. Now, I've been wondering if they were going to do that. Because it's such a new technology, and because the government loves to expand themselves and they would love to create more government jobs and more government bureaucracy, I could totally see them doing this, right? But he says, this is where things get very interesting. The next step, and no one is talking about this, is the creation of a US crypto governing body like the SEC or the CFTC, but for digital assets or cryptocurrencies. Ben says, I've been begging for this ever since I started my channel back at blah, 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 whatever. It's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, yeah, sure. And I know what you are thinking. It will just be another corrupt government organization. While all government agencies will have bad players, anything is better than the SEC. This person confirmed the SEC is seen as corrupt even by the politicians. More on this in a bit. Absolutely. Absolutely. The CFTC, led by Caroline D. Pham, is seen by the politicians as a much more structured agency with much less corruption. I was told Caroline is a rock star and has put boots on the ground to actually understand crypto, blockchain, etc. CFTC is seen as the leader in crypto due to groundwork laid by Giancarlo. So Christopher Giancarlo, the crypto dad, right? We love him. He's been pretty good for the space and for speaking out on a proponent of cryptocurrency. He used to head the CFTC. He laid the groundwork. Now we have this. CFTC is in a great position to regulate established cryptos as commodities. Not sure how new agencies will work with them, but they are favored over the SEC. The XRP army will love this. Gary Gensler has in fact fallen out of favor. I've been predicting he's gone by end of January. The person I spoke with agreed this is a realistic timeline. So basically saying that Gary's on the way out. They know that Gary is Goldman Gary. And they know that they've been completely exposed. Now, let me interject here. They wouldn't care if Gary hadn't been exposed, if the Ethereum Free Pass hadn't been exposed, if the XRP army hadn't worked so well to expose the SEC, if the, I'm going to include this, if the Wall Street Bets, GameStop, AMC guys hadn't exposed the Wall Street thing going on so well, if we hadn't applied so much pressure, they would be fine with Gary. The only reason, see, as soon as you get exposed, then they sacrifice you. Then they say, okay, Gary's off to the side for now, right? But in the meantime, they were totally ready to have good guy Gary in there. Okay. But apparently, it looks like good guy Gary is on the way out. Ben says, if this doesn't happen, it's likely just due to not wanting to rock the boat around midterms. XRP Army would also like to know senators Congress are aware of the William Hinman situation, and they all know it's corrupt. Exactly what I just interjected. Ethereum got a pass thanks to Hinman getting bribed. They don't like being exposed for bribes. They all like taking the money, but they don't like being exposed for that. Senate Congress also aware of the corruption surrounding SEC in general. These are real issues getting brought up. John Dean uncovering of multiple conflict of interest compliance issues by Gary Gensler is making a difference, and politicians are listening. Some of the good people in politics leading the charge are Senator Loomis, Gillibrand, and Tom Emmer. These people actually do care and want crypto done right. You should support these people and watch them closely. There is some concern over Bitcoin maxis having ear of Loomis, but overall, she seems to be able to make independent decisions based on her own info. I do know the bill was given input by one of the biggest founders in the space who is seen as a good guy. I will add, if they give Bitcoin that commodities designation, it's very hard for them not to give XRP the commodities designation as well. So I don't care. If they want to declare that Bitcoin's a decentralized commodity, I don't care. That means that XRP is too. You want to play that card? Okay, fine, great, let's go. That means XRP's a commodity too. If you're going to declare Ethereum a commodity, then XRP most definitely is a decentralized commodity. So have at it. Okay? Exactly who you want working with politicians, exactly who you want working with politicians on this. So not only are maxis in her ear, the call helped me make my mind up on Senator Loomis. Overall, she's good. Also wasn't sure about Gillibrand. I mean, she's from New York, but glowing reviews of her. She's doing positive things for the right reasons. We didn't discuss the Digital Commodities Consumer Protection Act of 2022 by the Agricultural Committee in the Senate. This bill declares Bitcoin and Ethereum commodities and under CFTC purview. It is interesting. This is more evidence Senate is turning on the SEC and Dirty Gary. So this is because the SEC is favored to the right side. See the conservatives, the Republicans, and I'm not left-right paradigm. You guys know that. But the conservatives are more likely. More of them are willing to call out the SEC and good guy Gary and the corruption that's taking place. That's just facts. When we look at who has called out the SEC, who has called out this corruption, who is fighting for us, it is the Republican Party by far. By far, you know. But that's just the deal. A lot of these guys have still sold us out. I'm not saying let's go full Republican. I'm just saying it's facts. But the Senate proposed this through the Agricultural Committee, okay? And this bill declares Bitcoin and Ethereum commodities and under the CFTC purview, which is, okay, good to see. The the Senate is turning against SEC and Dirty Gary. As many of you know, I'm the sponsor author of SJR 16, aka the Financial Education and Inclusion Act of 2022 on the state level of California. I was told the bill looks good, but may face some challenges due to the most left fringe of politics. Exactly. So even BitBoy's saying it. BitBoy's been activated over the past few months. I think that BitBoy has actually been activated recently, and he's actually sharing some good stuff. He's actually calling it and saying it like it is. I know many people don't have a favorable opinion of BitBoy, but I think that he's been activated, and he's, you know, I think that he's a good guy. You know, I think that he wants to expose this as well, because I think that he's just an American. He's just an American guy that wants a free market capitalist to be able to improve humanity. That's what this is all about for Ben. It looks like he's actually sponsored a bill in California, but like he says, he's got the loony left over there working against him. He says centrist moderate Democrats are coming around on crypto. Our bill lines up with both parties for different reasons. Obviously, capitalist free market ideals of Republicans in solving financial disparity between the elite and the lower class. Our bill removes the need to have an education or $1 million in the bank to become an accredited investor. That would be great. I'd love to see that. There's no reason that a government needs to tell you what you can invest in. For your protection, these guys that have been completely exposed for the corruption, they're the ones that are going to protect us? It's an absolute joke. So that's great. Passing a free exam given by the state will be the only thing an investor will need to invest in IPOs or ICOs. Finally, normal people would be able to invest using the same vehicles the elite use. This is what crypto is all about. Fairness and trustless systems. Please help support our bill as after we get it passed in California, we will be moving on to more states. Real change takes time, and this will take 10 years to get enough support to make this federal law. This wasn't about me pumping our bill, though. The point is to get back to the far left Democrats. We need a champion from that side of the aisle to lead the charge. Until a far left Democrat steps up and shows other politicians that crypto is good for the demos, it remains like a middle school dance. There may be some leftists willing to dance, but one person has stepped up and danced first, then others will join. That's a great analogy, right? It's like that dance. We need people to hit the dance floor. No one yet has been willing to make the first move. They are afraid to be sacrificial lamb. Maybe AOC? He tags AOC, which has been so effective in tagging all these people. We just continue to tag these people and call them out. And this is why I love the internet. Hey, what is AOC? She's in Congress, right? She's in the House of Representatives. AOC, show up. You want to be so active. You want to get all this shit done. Show up and have the conversation. Let's get something done. I love that we're able to call these guys out. Maybe AOC, step up and do the right thing. You are handcuffing people unfairly. The same people that are all about financial inclusion, helping the less fortunate, reaching out and helping all these minorities. This is what the third world needs. I've been saying this since the very beginning. This is why I love Ripple. They say they want to service all 7 billion people. I want the third world to have internet and cryptocurrency. And let's set them free. And let's stop the Clinton criminal cabal from investing over there, where they just want to rape and pillage these people. That's a whole other issue. Sorry for ranting. I've had too much of the secret serum and now I'm just letting it fly. Ben says, last items, insider trading regulation for politicians will be coming as soon as Speaker Pelosi steps down as Speaker of the House. They all know what she's been doing. Hopefully this will be after the midterms. I was able to confirm even Democrats hate Brad Sherman. Literally everyone. Yeah, Brad Sherman, you know, what's there to like about that guy, right? Someone said, I hope these aren't the same contacts that told you the SEC versus Ripple case would be over like a year ago. Ben responds and says, it's not. So I like Ben. I feel like he's been activated lately. He's been actually dropping more truth. And I like to see that, you know, that's good. He's been a good proponent for the space here. He's speaking out now. Is he the XRP Supreme Leader? I don't care who the XRP Supreme Leader is. I like this talk. Speak out, call them out, tag these politicians, demand investigations, demand exposure of the corruption that took place. Let's make it right and let's move forward. This is what we need from Ben, from others, from the politicians. You know,